When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. If a get an attitude, pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I roll the best cause I got it going on.
I'm a nice dude with some nice dreams. See these ice cubes, see these ice creams. Eligible bachelor, $1 million boat. That's whiter than what's spilling down your throat. The phantom, exterior like fish eggs. The interior like suicide.
Stop the music. Stop. Somebody stop it. Somebody stop it. Thank you. Oh, that was Snoop Doggy Dog, the Snoop something or other, who wanting to go something on my carpet or something. I don't know. That came from Jimmy Page's website from a month or so back now. It's been a while since I've been here to talk to you. And if you're watching on YouTube and you didn't get to hear the rap version of Whole Lotta Love, my apologies, or you're welcome, actually. Anyway, I say what ho! I am Brian Gardner, coming to you from Ramble On Towers and scenic Casper, Ontario. And as you can see, I'm not in the dungeon. If you're on YouTube, not in the dungeon today. This is Ramble On Radio, the only Led Zeppelin podcast on this or any other known internets. Be sure to go to rambleonradio.com for all your Led Zeppelin news, any links I might mention during the show. And yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like 2 months. For that, I apologize. But life sometimes interferes with the little hobbies, and believe me, this is a very little hobby. It sure isn't profitable. So yeah, sometimes that's just the way it goes, and that's the way it's gone. And we're going to make some changes here. This is the first of a new batch, for a variety of reasons. One of which is the biggest problem I'm having putting it together these days is taking the time to script it out and putting it together and just keeping up on every interview and every story and kind of feeling like I got to be way on time. And then you're not on top of things. You feel like you're behind, and then I can't sit and do it because it's going to be a 6-hour job to put together this podcast, and I just don't have 6 hours to put together. So the idea is something different. I'm going to go with a theme type show, and we'll see how this works out. This is not set in stone. I'm going to try this for a few episodes, and there's good news and bad news comes with it. It's going to be a shorter show, which I think is the bad news. Might be the good news. I don't know how some of you guys feel. I'm thinking this will hit 20 to 30 minutes. And what we're going to do is focus on one, maybe two subjects, pick a theme. So maybe a little more esoteric. Instead of just going news, Jimmy said this, Robert said this, Jason was at a concert, da-da-da-da-da-da. And all the stuff you've already read on the internet weeks before anyway, that sort of thing. And listen, if I got news to break, I'll break it. And I'll try to inflect stories within, while we're talking about one thing, we'll aim for some slide-ins. I'll try and be clever, which always works just wonderful. I try. Anyway, and so the idea is that I'd pick one, and maybe something on a broader theme than just doing this. Maybe something somebody says in an interview, and I can have some discussion about what that means, long-term, short-term, something historical. Maybe look back at something that looked historical. Hey, 40 years ago today, for instance, yesterday I think it was the Kitchener Show, which is kind of my pet project show. I've done a few articles on it, and I because I live in the where that is. I live about 10 minutes away from the Kitchener Auditorium. It's kind of been a show that I've taken an interest in. So I could have done. No, just not that I'm not. Maybe talk about that show, and just that show, and what happened around that show, and da-da-da-da. So that's kind of the idea of what I'm going to do. So it won't be just roll through what Jimmy Page did, what Robert Plant did. It'll be shorter. the other side of the coin is I'm going to try and do it every week. I'm going to try and do a set release date. The idea now is Tuesday or Wednesday during the week, maybe even a Monday, but sometime Tuesday, I'm thinking into Wednesday. So let's say Tuesday noon to Wednesday noon, I'm going to try and get this thing out the door every week. So you get less, time-wise, you'll get more podcasts. We'll build up, and the part of the idea is to try and build up a better audience. To that end, here's what you can do. There's a couple of things. Okay, we've had a problem, and we've just lost the YouTube guys. So this one won't be on YouTube. If you're kind of gotten used to that idea, I just had a technical problem and lost the video. So there you go. Great start to Ramble On Radio version 2. Just a great start. But anyway, as I was saying, to that end, there's a couple of things you can do to help promote this thing, to help push it along. Go to iTunes. Even if you don't listen to it through iTunes, go to iTunes and give it a review. Give it a 4 or 5 star or whatever, but a review. Lots of reviews draws their attention that people are listening. And do it for every episode. I believe you can do that, and it's just a case of if I get the reviews, they notice, and maybe they can put it on, the what's new, what's hot, what's new. And then that just gets it in front of more people. All right. If you're in the Apple Store, go to the iPods and subscribe to it. I do that. I think they reset them every day, so you always have to be redoing it. And then there is Spreaker. I have subscribed to Spreaker. This podcast is now on Spreaker. What that means is you can go find me. I am rambleon at briangardner.ca. That is me. That is my profile. And if you follow me, go listen to it and then give me a follow. That draws attention. If I get enough people follow me, I can subscribe to iHeartRadio, which puts it in front of tons and tons and tons of people. So those are little things that we can do to try and get the show bigger. And that makes it easier to just keep it going. It also makes it easier to, maybe get some people to come on. That sort of thing. And, it's one of the things I can do in this shorter format is you get somebody on and have an interview and roll a 20-minute interview and have the interview as long as and it doesn't have to be, it's not in the middle on a certain subject. It's just, boom. It could be the whole show, 40-minute interview with somebody, and that could be what you're getting. And that's kind of one of the advantages of this. It allows me a little more freedom to move around. And there may be times when I just decide to go, okay, I don't have an actual theme, but, okay, so let's go through what's happened this week, But I think it'll be a case of pick the bigger stories, not the smaller stories. Okay, that's one. Number 2. No, wasn't the second thing, was there? Oh, something I wanted to say, though. Something I wanted to say before I got into the theme. Oh, no, number 2 was, you see, I'm doing this unscripted now. That's the other part of it. It's kind of unscripted, so I'm going to have to get used to. You can tell how much I was throwing in. If I had a thought, boom, it went down. So that's going to be part of it. I think it'll be a little looser, and every once in a while, it'll be me standing going, oh, God, what was I thinking? Theme ideas. You go to the web, there's a Facebook page, there's a Google Plus page, which I never actually check. I have an email, rambleon at briangardner.ca. Go to rambleonradio.com and text, you hit the link there and email me. And theme ideas, let you guys come up with some theme ideas. Let's see how that, because you guys will likely be able to come up with something once or twice that causes me that I never thought of, that causes me to have, and then I can go with it. So by all means do that. and let's see how this works out. It's just a case of we'll see how this works out. I do have to report, last time I was giving away a T-shirt and 2 Tight But Loose magazines. One person wanted it all. That was it. Nobody, if you wanted a Tight But Loose, I'll never get it. You lost out, because believe me, it was there for getting. Thomas Knight of Marshfield, Massachusetts, MA. What's MA? Massachusetts? Has got the Tight But Loose T-shirt and two Tight But Loose magazines. They're on the way now. Thomas, they're on the way. I know you've been asking. I was so busy, and it sat on my desk for ages. And apologies to Thomas for being slow with that, but it's out there, and he's got them. And that's that. Okay, now I'm going to pretend I'm on YouTube and hold up my book. I have in my hot little hands Robert Plant's A Life by Paul Rees. And I have some notes on it. You're going to have to excuse me while I draw out my notes. But it is, I don't know, it's a good book and it's a bad book, to be honest with you. He makes a lot of fundamental errors. There's just a lot he gets quite wrong. I don't know what just happened. Okay. I'm fighting my technology. This is not cool. If you're an Apple guy, you probably know what I mean. Nothing works properly anymore with these guys. Ever since they've done their upgrades. Document done on this doesn't work on that, doesn't work on the other. I mean, are you kidding me? So here I am, trying to sort this out. All right. So I'll give you a couple of errors right off the bat that I've had, and the kind of error that if you're doing a biography of a person, fall into the category of fairly inexcusable. I'm trying to think what they were. See, this is what happens. This is going to be the downside of this. I'm going to be less prepared. But I have some notes here. There we go. I knew I had some notes. Best album, celebration day, discipline. Anyway, I found, I'm just going to say, I found a couple of really fundamental errors that things like the wrong person in a band, or like a technical error it's not an opinion error, right? Not like towards the end of the album he says Krause and Band of Joy were Plant's best albums, quote unquote Plant's best albums. I think that's a quote. And you say to yourself, well, that's an error, but that's just stupid. That's not a technical error. That's he's comparing those last couple albums of Plant's with the best of Zeppelin sort of thing, and that's ludicrous, is what it is. However, there's a couple, and then some of the details, nothing worse, I guess, when a biography gets bogged down in details, but it would be nice if there was a little bit of it. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say his divorce. Now, Plant's divorce has always been a bit of a what happened there thing. Always, falls into the mystery category. And so here's a chance to kind of get the record straight. What happened between the two of them? It takes like a paragraph. It's a significant portion of the man's life. You're doing a biography on him. And You know, he was with this woman all through Led Zeppelin.